Hello everyone, and welcome back to... Okay, well this isn't actually really a Creepypasta Investigations. This is more like my own analysis of something. I'm supposed to be heading off to class soon, whenever Mom gets home, and I'm hoping to get there early enough, because I have a speech I need to finish putting together, because last night I was too tired to, and I ended up not going to class yesterday, and I'm getting off topic again. So, yesterday, instead of doing my classwork like I should have, because I was expecting to get there very early since my class didn't start till 6 and work and everything there, and it was still fairly early. One of my best friends, Rin, who lives next door, I asked her if she had a charger for my PSP. And she said yeah, and she gave me this one that connects to your computer with the PSP charger point and a USB head that just so happens to fit my MP3 player. Thank God. I mean, seriously, thank fucking God. I was getting so sick and tired of my old songs. So I went on ahead and I picked out, I had like a bunch of Brony tunes that I listened to, and I downloaded those, and I also got a couple new ones. And when I was listening to a track of the Rainbow Factory, I've listened to quite a few tracks of the Rainbow Factory. I read Rainbow Factory before, let's just say that. I read Rainbow Factory before, and to be honest, I wasn't all that mortified. I mean, I was shocked to find out that Rainbow Dash was a part of it. Okay, well let me explain. The Rainbow Factory in this universe is apparently a factory where all Pegasi are drained from their color, from their life source, which so happens to be their color, and that is used to make rainbows. But they don't just pick any random Pegasi, they pick the weakest flyers out of all the Pegasi. So this looks through the eyes of Scootaloo and two little fillies, and one of these little fillies ends up failing her flight test, and she gets taken to the Rainbow Factory. Now, it was shocking that Rainbow Dash was part of the operation, and I liked the last little bit where Rainbow Dash said, pretty much, "Any last words, you little horse?" And Scootaloo looked up directly into her eyes and said, "You have beautiful eyes." And of course, the picture down there kind of gave me the chills a little bit too, because her eyes are blazing red instead of the usual magenta, which I just noticed yesterday when I reread it. But despite all that, I wasn't really as terrified as everybody else. So then, the next one I found, someone recommended this on a comment on YouTube, Rainbow Factory and Sweet Apple Massacre. Sweet Apple Massacre, how do I explain this one? This one, it creeps me out, but it didn't downright scare me. In fact, it didn't even really creep me out. I just went like, what the fuck? That was literally my reaction. It's when Big Macintosh has the Cutie Mark Crusaders, Apple Bloom, Scootaloo, and Tweety Belle down in his basement, and he's pissed off that they keep making a bunch of trouble, so you know what he proceeds to do? In a totally out of character moment here, then again most of these creepypastas are in one way or another out of character, he brutally tortures them and he rapes them. At some point he even forces Sweetie Belle to anally rape Scootaloo using her horn. And of course, even after he's torn apart their bodies, he continues to fuck them and whatnot. And of course, it kind of ends on a cliffhanger when Applejack asks Big Macintosh, what's he doing down there? And Big Macintosh isn't satisfied by this, and he thinks about trying to do all this to his sister, and quite naturally he gets sexually aroused by it, and he tells her to come down, and that's it. I mean, that's the end of the story. Very gory, gave me chills, but didn't downright creep me out. I know what you're saying. You guys are thinking, wait, you didn't get to the scariest one. Hold on, I have one more. This one is called Cheerlie's Garden. If you want to go ahead and look for these, by all means, go right ahead. Just type in Rainbow Factory, Sweet Apple Massacre, and Cheerlie's Garden, and the next one that I'm about to tell you, which all you bronies and Pegasisters out there probably know, which every pony already knows. Just go ahead and just type these in Google or Bing and just go to creepypasta.wiki and you'll be able to find these and read them. But anyway, Cheerlie's Garden. This one I liked. It was gory, yes. It freaks me out a little bit, yes, because oh sweet Cheerlie was being this complete serial killer. But I kind of liked the plot and I kind of liked her psychological reasoning. She finally gets frustrated. Because she's been working on her class for 8 months and yet none of them are really seen to really learn anything. So she wonders if her cutie mark is wrong or is a misinterpretation. Then she decided that maybe it's due to weeds in her garden. Garden being her class, weeds referring to the disruptors. So she goes out seeking each one of these weeds. Mainly, of course, the Cutie Mark Crusaders themselves, Scootaloo being first, Sweetie Belle and Apple Bloom being last. And then she even kills Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon, which in all honesty made me kind of happy. She didn't just kill them, no, of course, like every single gory, out-of-character creepypasta, she has to torture them. I mean, it makes sense and all, but why not just pull a Jeff the Killer and just fucking kill him? It doesn't have to be clean, just kill him. But I digress. In the end, after she kills Apple Bloom by drowning her in Scootaloo's blood and some of her chunks, some of Scootaloo's body chunks, she sets fire to erase the evidence. Unfortunately, she gets trapped and set fire, and I think the fire was actually set to the school, really, if I remember correctly. Some of the fillies and colts died, and Cheerlie claimed to know nothing, and in the end we see Cheerlie preening to her garden, an actual garden with flowers and whatnot, taking away the weeds, and then she made a vow to herself her garden will never have weeds ever again. So does this mean that she's done killing innocent little foals that she deems as weeds? Maybe, maybe not. In the end, I found it kind of interesting because it actually has a plot, and it has psychological meaning. I mean, there are some people who are just so dissatisfied with the world that they would go out of their way to make sure that any impurities or sins, hint, 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 was erased. Seriously, this is why I don't fuck with religion. Religion pisses me off. No offense to any pony, but it's starting to piss me off. Alright, it's inevitable, but I must mention this. And maybe I'll cover some of these in a decent Creepypasta Investigations episode. We'll just call this a bonus episode. But, cupcakes. And I think every pony just left the room at the mention of that fanfic. Oh, except you in the back. How come it's always you in the back? Why are you stalking me? Go away! Anyway. Cupcakes. Oh dear Lord, where do I begin? Cupcakes actually managed to freak me the fuck out. It didn't downright scare me like fucking Lost Silver. Then again, Lost Silver wouldn't have scared me in the first place if I didn't download that fucking game. What the fuck's wrong with me? But Cupcakes definitely scared me. It freaked me out, and mainly because it's Pinkie Pie. What the fuck? It's Pinkie Pie. Now, there's generally a lot of detail in these stories, and detail is part of the things that kind of freaks people out about them. But, this one did have quite a bit of detail. So, it starts out with Rainbow Dash being, well, Rainbow Dash. And then she remembers, oh shit, I gotta go over to Pinkie Pie. She goes over to Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie says, I'm gonna bake some cupcakes. You have to be the taste tester, but first, here's a special cupcake I made just for you. Rainbow Dash is like, oh, sweet. No. Eats it, gets knocked out, wakes up in a torture chamber. That's horrifically decorated with the fellow equines of Ponyville, with their skulls donning party hats and their skin making signs saying, life is a party. Then Pinkie Pie herself comes in wearing this dress that's apparently made out of the cutie marks of various ponies, with the flank skin bearing the cutie marks of various ponies, the backing of it, various Pegasi wings, and a necklace made out of unicorn horns. What killed me is some of the puns in the story. My god, you people and your puns, I swear. But anyway. Sorry, my mind's a bit blank. I'm still a bit sleepy. Woke up like an hour ago. So, apparently, she says that, I don't want to do this, but your number came up. And I'm thinking, number? What is she, the Grim Reaper? The author doesn't dive into the number thing, and I think that's kind of a good thing. What makes me think of number is that, you know, your number in line. So I'm thinking, so wait, did she just come to Ponyville, give every pony a number, and when she draws that number, that pony has to die? I guess so. Either that, or she could just kill ponies at random. I mean, she revealed that after the party with at Griffin the Brush Off. She said that she had a little bit of fun with Gilda, and apparently she makes the ponies into cupcakes. What the fuck? So unfortunately Rainbow Dash's number came up, and unfortunately she has to do this to Rainbow Dash. So she proceeds to, what else? Torture! Isn't this fun? My Little Pony, friendship is magic. It's got all your fun things. Serial killings, rapings, mortification, torture, murder, fire, arson, etc., etc. You know, for kids! Or is it? We may never know. We want Season 3, now! Moving on. So she proceeds to torture Rainbow Dash by cutting off the skin with her cutie mark on it, breaking and hacking off her wings, and just all out giving her electric shock therapy, hammering hot-ass nails and irons into her hooves, etc., etc. And Rainbow Dash keeps passing out, so Pinkie Pie's like, oh, you're rude, and, you know, puts, what else? Adrenaline in her to keep her awake. So finally, Pinkie Pie's getting kind of bored, and she rips out all of it. And she cuts open Rainbow Dash like she's a frog during that nasty-ass biology dissection class, and she rips out all of her internal organs, including her heart. And then Pinkie Pie's kind of sad, because then now Rainbow Dash isn't around anymore, but then she realized that not much harm was done to the original carcass. So what does she decide to do? Ooh, I'm gonna make a stuffed doll out of it! That's right, so she initially puts Rainbow Dash back together, and she makes a stuffed doll out of her. And she decides to do this to all of her other friends when their numbers came up. So everybody, like Twilight, Fluttershy, Applejack, and Rarity, yeah, they're all in danger. You go. Run! Run to Canterlot, you'll be safe! Gee, I wonder if she gave Princess Celestia and Princess Luna numbers. Good luck with that. So, Cupcakes initially freaked out a lot of people, and it freaked me out too, and I'm like, why would you do this? It's Pinkie Pie! Sure, she's not my favorite pony. She's the one that definitely annoyed me, but I don't downright hate her. Surprisingly, due to her horrible color scheme. I hate the color pink so much. But with Pinkie Pie, what else did you expect? Besides, I kind of respect the character who's able to break the fourth wall time after time after time again. Oh, and also I know I'm going to get some comments from Pony saying, wait, you forgot about Rocket to Insanity. I read that one, yes, and it was interesting, but that was a while ago, and it hasn't piped up my interest ever since. So, will any of these be reviewed as decent Creepypasta investigation episodes? Most likely Cupcakes will. And it'll probably be just me going into more detail about Cupcakes and what I think of it. Sweet Apple Massacre, maybe. Cheerlie's Garden, possibly. Although Cheerlie's Garden is a long one, so we'll have to see. Rainbow Factory, only if enough ponies request it. And Rocket to Insanity, only if enough ponies request it. But Cupcakes, most definitely. Because Creepypasta Investigations, it's my job to traumatize myself and to read these fucking things over and over again, and if necessary, perform the quote-unquote curses that some of them come with. Yeah, just imagine what I have to do when I come to the Tails doll. I'm sorry, guys, I ain't get haunted by that creepy-ass thing. Don't ask. So, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this shorter than normal bonus episode of Creepypasta Investigations. This one I decided to do at the last second. If you liked it, drop a fave, drop a comment, drop a like, and if you like it enough and like the sound of my like the nasally annoying sound of my voice, then by all means go ahead and subscribe. I've gotten quite a bit of support for doing this. I've gotten quite a bit of comments, and a couple of people even subscribed to me. So I gotta say thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. If I annoy you, then I'm sorry. But you signed up for this. And if you didn't like it, then don't fucking bother me. This is Raxel1447, and good morning, every pony.